Zager, the Hollywood Grammy, and welcome to Grammy's Kitchen. I'm so happy you're back here with me today because I love having people cook with me in my kitchen, and of course, my grandsons. And today we're going to make one of their favorites, and this is my corn souffle stuffed zucchini. And I'm also going to give you a second option in case you don't have zucchini in the house that's going to make it good, and that is a red pepper. Red pepper, corn, it's a no-brainer. Now don't be nervous about the souffle thing because some people get kind of nervous when they hear the word souffle, but this is easy. Basically, it's a dump recipe. So I know you're going to really enjoy it. And then for the kids, we have a great recipe today too, so make sure they come in because they're going to have a lot of fun with this recipe as well. So let's start off today by hollowing out a zucchini. And basically what you're going to do is create a little zucchini boat. Don't cut too far down. The trick with this is not to cut too far into the zucchini because you will cut the bottom and it'll leak out of the bottom of the zucchini. So I start off by just using the knife and cutting around the edges of the zucchini and making slices in it. And then I use a spoon. I take a spoon and I just dig it out gently. Okay, once you have your slices in your zucchini, I just take a spoon and I hollow it out gently. You don't want to cut the bottom, that's very important. Leave a little bit around the edges so you have that little boat-like effect, and it will hold the corn souffle. And when you're done, this is what it should look like. And then I season the inside with a little bit of salt and pepper, and you're ready to go and start your souffle. So after you've done scooping out your zucchinis or your red pepper, I put in the bowl, I put in 1 cup of half and half, okay? I guess you could use milk if you're, kind of conscious of the weight thing, but the half and half does make it richer and it does come out a little better. So, don't skimp on that. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so I put a teaspoon of vanilla into my half and half, and then it becomes a very easy process of basically dumping. We have 2 eggs that go in next, 2 tablespoons of flour, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Next you put in 2 cups of corn. You can use fresh corn that you roasted off, or you can use the frozen. The frozen works absolutely fine. You don't have to worry about it. You're a good cook, and you don't have to feel guilty about using products that are frozen and not fresh. So we've put everything in here, and basically you see how that looks. It's very easy to do. And what I'm going to do after that, I'm going to put in 3/4 of a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I'm adding the shredded cheddar into the mixture. Okay. Now, after all that is done, and I've mixed it up a little bit, I'm going to do something that I do, and I think it makes it turn out a little bit better. Okay, so now we have everything prepared, and now comes the easy part. Actually, just putting the corn souffle into the zucchini boats that you've created. And this is very easy. I just take a spoon and I just pour it in very carefully and I place it on.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
Birthday. Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education.
No one receives a diploma alone.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
The tray. By the way, I always put silver foil on my baking trays or parchment. Forgive me, but I'm a little lazy when it comes to cleanup, so this is an easy way to prevent things from sticking and staining your pans, your pots and pans. So then I'm going to put this in here, and I'm just going to line them up, and I'm going to do one of the red pepper. I think this will be fun to do as well. Red pepper and corn, I'm telling you, a great combo always. You can't miss with red pepper and corn. And now I'm going to continue filling up these little boats. And when they're done and out of the oven, you will see how wonderful they look and how pretty they are when you serve them. Okay, so now that we've stuffed our zucchinis, we are going to put them into the oven at 350. And usually it's 20 to 25 minutes, but everybody's oven is different. So, and the size of the zucchinis are always different. So always check your oven and check your zucchinis to make sure they're cooking properly. Once the corn souffle is set, then they're done. Okay, everybody, welcome back, and they smell done to me. I'm going to check. I opened the light. They look set. They look fine. So I'm going to take them out of the oven, and I'm going to garnish them with a little bit of chopped red pepper. Okay, so I put them on a platter, and I'm going to garnish them now with a little bit of chopped red pepper because it always goes well with corn. And you know what? It adds a little bit of color also to the dish, and it makes it more colorful. You know, we eat with our eyes first, as we've heard a million times, and it's actually very true. That's why it's nice to kind of bring a little color and a little pizzazz to every dish that you make. And while I'm doing this, I will answer a question because we want you to send in your questions. Ask Grammy and ask me any food questions that you have, and if I have an answer, I am happy to share it. And we have a question right now from Paula, who sent us in a question about vanilla. She asked me, what is the best vanilla to use? Well, I'm a big vanilla fan, I have to tell you. And the first thing I will tell you is immediately, don't ever use an imitation vanilla. Always use the genuine, the best vanilla you can get. It does make a difference. If you are doing a recipe where the vanilla is really important in it, like a vanilla custard or a panna cotta, then I would use the regular vanilla in the pod and scrape out the seeds and use that. And there's also the paste, and the paste will give you a much stronger vanilla flavor, or the powders. But never, ever, ever, Paula, I'm telling you, don't waste your time with the imitation because you'll never get the same rich vanilla flavor. And vanilla is a very, very important flavor to certain recipes. It adds a really wonderful note to most recipes, actually. And now I'm going to take a quick taste of these because I think they're not too hot right now. Let's try it. I mean, doesn't burn herself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is a great flavor. You get the zucchini and that nice fresh zucchini taste, and then you also get that delicious sweet corn taste and that little bit of the garnish on top. Gives it that little bit of crunch that your mouth is looking for. This is really a delicious dish. I hope you will try this at home because it's very simple to make, and I know it's going to become one of your favorites. So thank you very much, and now we're going to go over to the kids' corner because I got a wonderful recipe for them today. We're going to do jelly, cream cheese, and bacon pinto. And now they are done, and I was just finishing up garnishing them with a little bit of red pepper because it gives it not only a beautiful color, a little bit of added incentive, because you know, as they say, we eat with our eyes first. So you want something that's appealing and colorful. People are drawn to it. And the red pepper also serves to give it that little bit of added extra crunch for this recipe, which is delicious as well. And now I'm going to take a taste, and while I'm taking a little taste, I'm going to answer Paula's question, because Paula sent in a question for our Ask Grammy segment, and please feel free anytime to ask me any question about food, and if I can, I am happy to answer it. Paula wants to know what vanilla you use. Well, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, never use the imitation vanillas. You'll never get that same rich, deep note of vanilla that you're looking for. Use a good quality pure vanilla extract. And I know vanilla is expensive, guys, but honestly it's worth it. It changes the recipe. Also, if you're making a recipe that really has a really important, that vanilla is important in this recipe, like a panna cotta or a vanilla custard, then I would definitely use the vanilla pods and scrape out the seeds inside, because you will get your richest, deepest, most delicious vanilla out of that. Then there's also a paste you can use. There's also powder, but it would depend on the recipe. But always use the best extracts and the best vanillas you can find, because they're so important to add a delicious note to the recipe and that wonderful layer of flavor that you're looking for. And now I'm going to try and see how these zucchinis taste out. Okay. Yep. That is perfect. There's just enough crunch left in the zucchini, and it gives it that little bit of extra crunch, whereas your souffle is sweet and creamy, and that crunch on the top from that little bit of red pepper. It's perfect. It's a great dish. I know your whole family is going to enjoy it. Please try it. And now we're going to do our kids' corner. This is my favorite time because I love cooking with the kids.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education.
No one receives a diploma alone.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education.
No one receives a diploma alone.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Okay, welcome back, and it's time for Kids Corner, which I love because kids can be so fun and creative in the kitchen. The stuff they come up with is fabulous. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give them a recipe that they're going to love. They can make their own. I make it using a taco shell. You can use lavash bread, you can use challah, you can use regular bread, you can do anything you want. This is why it's such a fun recipe, and the kids can experiment with it. But basically, I'm going to give you the basic recipe, and it's probably going to be something you're going to love just as it is. And the first thing I'm going to do is take some whipped cream cheese. I use the whip because it's just easier to spread. And I'm going to use my offset spatula. These, by the way, another one of those great little kitchen gadgets that you will use over and over again, worth the investment. Offset spatula, terrific. Okay, and now I'm going to put a nice helping of cream cheese. Don't skimp on the cream cheese. Listen, don't skimp on anything when you're cooking. I'm not kidding. If you're going to do it, just do it. Spread it nicely out around almost to the edges. Okay. Alrighty. We don't want to skimp because you want to get as close to the edge as you can, because why waste any of it? And you won't want to once you taste it, I guarantee. All right, next I'm going to spread on a nice layer. I use strawberry jam or strawberry preserves. Actually, I kind of like the preserves because that gives you a little bit more texture to this. And with the crunchiness of the bacon and the little bit of fruit in there, the bite of the fruit, it is a wonderful combination. And as I said, don't skimp. Make sure you get all that flavor in there because it is wonderful together. Okay, now I'm going to sprinkle the bacon on the top of this delicious mixture of the jelly and the cream cheese. Sprinkle that good bacon bits around. Some big ones, some small ones. Delicious. Bacon is so good. And you know, it's that sweet and that savory, delicious taste that really, really is a really great mouthfeel and a great taste. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to roll this up just like this. Just roll it. Now I'm going to tell you, kids, if mom and dad are not there, are not home, okay, you can eat this just like it is, like a cigar. You don't need to cut it, okay? But if mom and dad are helping you make it, you can just cut it into pinwheels and see how easy that is. And they can do this part for you. You don't want to use a sharp knife. That is for sure. So let mom and dad do the cutting, especially because there's bacon in it, and sometimes it's a little harder to get through the bacon. And there you go, a delicious lunch or snack for after school. Hi, Norma Zager, the host of Grammy's Kitchen. And I'm inviting you to join me in my kitchen on Pasadena Media Channel, where we will be making delicious, fun, and easy recipes like these yummy yam cups, which I know you're going to enjoy. So please, join me, and we're going to have a great time in the kitchen, where the main ingredient is always love.